Hey everybody, it's Ben from My Sports Stop here as always with Richie Donnell. Today we're going to be talking about your top 10 offensive tackles of the NFL draft. The big guys.
The big guys. Finally moving on to the big guys. I think to this day, even though we see a lot of teams going to this spread offense and there's so much pressure on the quarterback and receivers, no matter what, the game's still going to be won inside the trenches, and you need to have those guys protecting your franchise investment being your quarterback.
For sure. Let's get right into it. Number 10, you have William Holden from Vanderbilt.
Yeah, a 3-year starter, SEC guy. To be a 3-year starter in that league is pretty good. You're a very good talent. He gets to the next level very well. He's a big individual, but what's kind of sets him apart from the other guys is that his technique is a little bit better than his athletic ability. So he spends more time doing the little things more so than just depending upon his God-given talent to be successful.
All right. Now, number 9, Antonio Garcia from Troy, small school.
Yep, small school. Usually, no matter where they project in the NFL, your best lineman, whether it be a guard, center, tackle, usually ends up at tackle when you play at a small school. But Garcia is a guy that I think will stay at tackle. Troy this year kind of had a rebound year, and a lot of it had to do with the rebuild of their offense. And Garcia was the focal point of that offensive line, being the leader there. And I think that he's going to surprise a lot of people, whether it be at the combine or where he gets drafted. 6'7", 300 pounds. That's a behemoth of a man.
Yeah. And he could put on more weight if he wanted
if needed to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now at number 8, you have Connor McDermott from UCLA.
Yeah, I think he's going to end up on Myles Garrett's highlight tape when you watch the draft because Myles Garrett just abused him. But he's still a very, very good player. He's massive. He's about 6'8", but he can pass protect, and that's what a lot of teams are going to, and they need bigger tackles that can drop back and help protect that quarterback. His ability to do that, because if you look at UCLA, Josh Rosen was a Heisman candidate, and he protected his blind side. Now, whether he stays at left tackle, I'm not truly sure, but when you're 6'8", that means you have long arms, and that can help keep your quarterback clean and help push guys past to give that quarterback room to step up.
Okay, now at number 7, another Western Michigan guy. They had a big year, Taylor Moton.
Yeah, this guy is incredibly smart. I think he might end up being the fastest guy of these lower-ranked tackles to get on the field. He's going to get his master's degree in 4 years, so you can tell that he just has the IQ, similar to Urschel, who went to Baltimore and was just a brilliant person. With Western Michigan, we know so much about their offense with the quarterback and Corey Davis being top prospects, but somebody's got to keep that quarterback clean. And Moton, I think, is going to be one of the more underrated prospects at this position heading into the draft, and I think the combine is going to be his big breakout to show people what he can really do at that major level.
Definitely looking forward to watching him. Now, number 6, from USC, a team that produces so many left tackles. Here's the next guy, Chantz Wheeler.
Yeah, 6'6", 310 pounds. He's massive, and like you said, USC has done a great job putting offensive linemen into the NFL, and that's something that's going to continue. Whether or not he's a first-round pick, it doesn't matter because, like you said, that development, some schools are just very good at developing certain positions, and offensive lineman is that position for USC. Now, I wouldn't just say he's going to be a starter, but he's going to be a player who can come in, be a backup tackle right away, and should be able to play and possibly end up one day starting for an NFL franchise.
I agree. Now, at number 5, you have Adam Bisnowaty from Pitt.
Yeah, this guy, to me, he's just a hard-nosed, gritty, good football player. He might not end up on the left side in the NFL, but I think he's going to start somewhere. And, maybe even if Tam Robinson or, these other guys aren't necessarily ready to go as rookies, he could be someone who could step in right away. The lowest on our list of guys who could be immediate starters. He just gets things done.
Yeah.
And having played for multiple coaches in multiple systems, he adjusts well and might have even been the best offensive lineman in the ACC.
Okay. Now, number 4, possible first-rounder here, Garrett Bowles from Utah.
Yeah, what makes him so unique is he had a huge breakout year this year, and they're pegging him as a first-round pick because this was really his first year of college football.
Yeah.
He decided to take his mission before playing football, which is kind of unique. Not a lot of guys do that. They usually come, play, make a name for themselves, then leave. He did it vice versa, which is good for any team looking to draft him. They don't necessarily have to worry about him trying to leave for that mission. But he's just another guy who gets it done. 6'5", 300 pounds. He's going to stay on the left side and protect the blind side of the quarterback. And Utah, another school that's really good at developing linemen, whether it be offense and defense.
Okay, at number 3, possibly Dalvin Cook's best blocker,
right.
Roderick Johnson.
Yeah, Roderick Johnson, he's along with Bussey and Waddy, probably the best tackles in the ACC. But the difference is going to be, I think Johnson is going to be a very, very good right tackle. I don't think he's necessarily going to stay on the left side. He's another huge guy, but I think he's ultimately going to move to that right side because of his ability to run block. He's so massive, he's just going to swallow you up in just a road grader type of an offensive lineman, where I think he's just going to pave the way for maybe a team that has a better running game than a passing game. But he's going to be a very, very good one to watch maybe in that late first, early second round.
Yeah. Now at number 2, you have Ryan Ramczyk from offensive lineman U.
Yes, Wisconsin. The only thing here with Wisconsin is you don't know whether or not his pass blocking skills, which he's going to have to show at the combine, and we're going to be able to see that for the first time, really his ability to draw that kick step. But Ramczyk, he was a D1 player. He didn't want to play at Wisconsin for Gary Anderson, so when Paul Chryst came back and took over, the first thing he did was called him and offered him a scholarship. And now we're talking about him being the second best tackle in this class, and arguably the best tackle that Wisconsin has had since Joe Thomas, somebody that he could be very comparable to. When you think of Wisconsin linemen, you have to think of the run game, the road grader styles. I think he's going to stay at left tackle. He's going to be an early pick. He's going to be one of those guys who could be a franchise changer or saver at the left tackle position for years to come.
Okay, now at number 1, Tam Robinson from Alabama.
Yeah, this kid, he's unreal. He's been starting since he first walked on campus at Alabama. He's got, 2 national championships? I think he's been to 3 national championship games altogether. He just gets it done, whether it be protecting the quarterback in pass protection or obviously that heavy run offense that Alabama has there. He just makes it work. He's another just a big guy, but he's somebody that's similar to like Tyron Smith, who can do it both. He's a very good pass protector, but also a very good run blocker as well. I think this guy is your franchise changer. Whether he goes top 10, that I'm not sure if he's that elite, but he should be the first left tackle gone in this draft.
Okay, so that's your top 10. Let's just take a look at my top 10. So, like you, I have Robinson and Ramczyk at 1 and 2. That seems to be the consensus among most experts. I have Garcia a little higher, though, at number 4. I think this guy is a legit left tackle, despite being in a smaller school. He had a big game against Clemson. You should watch that tape if you can. I have Roderick Johnson a little bit lower at number 8. I'm just not completely sold on him. I think he might be a guard in the NFL, but we'll see. And then Dan Skipper at number 10 from Arkansas. This guy is 6'9", 317 pounds. If he can add 20-25 pounds, I think he can be an absolute monster in the National Football League. Maybe not a left tackle, but a right tackle for sure. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to go on our website, mysportstop.com, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more original videos.